Hi everyone, I'm Liz, and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch for another Flosstube episode. Hi everyone! Welcome back to the very first Flosstube of 2024. It's been a minute since I've done a Flosstube episode. I think it was like the first day of December, the last of November. I can't remember. It was with my mom. And yeah, I felt like it was time to come back. I have had just a little bit of a slow start to January. I'm just taking it easy in January and trying not to put a lot of pressure on myself to make videos maybe as often as I had been in previous months, but I'm sure I'll get the urge to make more videos again soon. But I wanted to come back and check in with you guys on all of my cross stitch and sewing progress since the last time I saw you. If you kept up with my Vlogmas videos or you saw my whip parade that have been posted, some of this stuff you may have already seen, but I just kind of wanted to, you know, have a reset for Flosstube and show everything cross stitch and sewing that I've been working on in the last month and a half-ish, and talk a little bit about some plans. And I have some Valentine stuff I want to talk about. Can we just take a minute for this sweater? Because this is like, I think the best sweater I've ever bought. I don't want to say it's my favorite sweater because I have been hand knitting myself some sweaters. But I mean, this is the best $30 I've spent in a long time. Am I on camera? Yeah. How stinking cute is this? It's from Target. I'll link it below, but I don't think there were very many sizes left, so but I will definitely link it. And if you're in Target, try and find it because it is the best. Valentine's Day. It is my second favorite holiday after Christmas. It's maybe not like the most popular opinion, right? I think people are kind of like mixed feelings about Valentine's Day. It's not the love aspect. It's not the love aspect. I don't care that much about the day itself, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, it's fine. Rob and I don't really do like big presents or big things for each other, although this year we are. I'll talk about that in a second. But for me, it's about the colors. That's what I'm trying to say. I am a red and pink girl. I love the hearts. I love the girliness. Valentine's is just like my ideal holiday theme. Besides Christmas. I love Christmas. And I love Valentine quilts, cross stitch, projects. I have had to stop myself from trying to cast on a Valentine's knitting project because it's only a month till Valentine's Day and I need to like slow my roll. We've got a lot going on in the next few weeks, which I'll tell you about. And yeah. Anyways, this sweater came in the mail yesterday and I was like, I want to wear it right this second. So I was like, let's do an early Valentine's themed Flosstube episode. And here we are. The Valentine's plans I was talking about. So I'm going to Disney World for the very first time on Valentine's Day this year. And I am so excited about it. I've never been to Disney World. I went to Disneyland as like a 3 or 4 year old, maybe. My mom will have to remind me. I think I was 3. My sister was 1, maybe. Anyways, my parents took us to Disneyland in California when we were very little. I don't remember any of it. And I don't know. We just never went to Disney World as kids. I haven't been as an adult, so I really want to. And I was like, hey, I can take myself on vacation wherever I want. It feels slightly strange to be going to Disney World with just me and my husband. We don't have kids. We're not, you know, it's just going to be 2 adults. But I know a lot of people go to Disney World just as adults, right? It's fine. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. My husband lived in Orlando for 9 years before he lived in Austin, where I met him. So he's got plenty of friends that he wants to visit while we're there. So we are going to do 2 days at Disney World, and one of those days is on Valentine's Day, which I just think is going to be super fun. I didn't book the trip specifically for Valentine's Day. It's just those dates happen to work out, like flights and time off work-wise. Like that was just the best week to do it. So I was like, fun, let's just go to Disney World for Valentine's. So I actually kind of think that this is what I will wear, assuming the weather works out. I really don't know. I feel like it's going to be in the 50s or 60s-ish based on what I've researched. Any Central Florida people, tell me what I should wear to Disney World in February. That would be much appreciated. But I kind of got this because I thought it would be cute, and I really want some like mini red and pink ears or something fun. So yeah, I'm going to Disney and I'm very excited about it. Okay, anyways, I feel like that's enough life chit chat. Although it's been a month and a half. Let's see, there's got to be other stuff that's been going on. We did, okay, so for New Year's Eve, I don't think I've talked to you guys since New Year's. No, I guess I did my whip parade. I don't know. But it was my husband and I's 5-year anniversary from our first date, which happened to be on New Year's Eve in 2018. So to celebrate, we decided to do a little staycation. And on New Year's Eve this year, we booked a hotel room downtown in Austin and did like a fancy dinner and then the hotel's New Year's Eve party. And then stayed the night. And then like they gave us like a 2 p.m. checkout, which we didn't need, but we were like, that's nice. So like we just had basically almost a full 24 hours in this really lovely hotel downtown and walked around, ate good food, went to a party, did not stay very long. We were definitely the old folks at that party, and yeah, it was a great time though. So I think that's the most exciting things that's happened since the last time. Other than that, I've just been back at work and trying to fit in all the crafting around work and life stuff. So let's get into the cross stitch of it all. Okay, so I'm going to start this episode with some previous finishes because I am just now getting out all of my Valentine stuff and putting away the Christmas decor. And I thought you guys might want to see these, even though I have featured them in previous episodes. The first one is my Valentine Tiny Town. And I have this finished onto this lovely wooden spool scissor holder by, it's Carolina Cross Stitcher. Carolina Cross Stitcher is the Instagram account, but her husband's Etsy shop is called Pete's Bes Stitch Me, and I will link to it in the description box. I bought this wooden spool from their shop. So Kathy actually did this finish on one of her husband's spools, and I saw it on Instagram and went crazy for it. So immediately bought the spool and copied her idea. And I just absolutely, this is one of my favorite finishes. And I have a lot of the Tiny Town stitched. I have more to go. I only have 2 of them fully finished so far. And I have a whole video showing you how I fully finished this. And I just made a little wraparound piece with elastic and buttons, so it just, loops on and stays in place, but it's easily removed so that I can change this out for various seasons. So yeah, this is a chart by Heart and Hand. This is the Tiny Town series by Heart and Hand. And I stitch all of mine on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha with 1 strand of the called for floss. So there's my first Valentine piece I wanted to show you. The second one is a teeny tiny little pillow. This is a Lizzie Kate chart that I am pretty sure is free. I believe so. I think I stitched this last year or the year before. I'll link to it in the description box. But yeah, just teeny tiny, super cute. I made it into a little pillow with the little heart polka dots and this little stamp print that I fussy cut to be, kind of the exact size of the back of my pillow. And a little piece of rickrack. So yeah, love that pillow. I think I stitched this on 36 count because it looks like it's 1 strand. It could possibly be 40 count. I didn't look up all my fabric details before I sat down, but this I just did on scraps because it was a free chart. I pulled colors that I liked and, I didn't do it as called for. The last one I wanted to show you is another Heart and Hand Valentine's piece. And this is part of her Collector Heart series. And I think I just saw the new one was just released. But this is from last year, from 2023. And I bought this and stitched it immediately. The only thing I did different is that it came with a skein of cottage garden threads, I believe, that's gorgeous, but it was just a slightly different type of red. It was more of like a orangey red, I believe, like a brick kind of red, and I wanted a brighter, bluer, pinker red. So, I'll have to look up what I used and put it on the screen because this is just a 1-color project. And I Absolutely love it. This is a frame from Signed and Numbered on Etsy. Wonderful, wonderful frame shop. Absolutely love this. It does have a little peg. It would probably stand up on its own, but it has a little peg here so you can like lean it back to display it. And yeah, absolutely love this. 36 count, 1 strand, not the called for floss. And it's the collector heart from 2023. Okay, so let's talk about what I finished since my last Flosstube, and that is only one project. I made my sister Lynn an ornament for Christmas, and so this got stitched, finished, and fully finished right before Christmas, and it is the Para Noel, or Perry Noel chart by Hands On Design. It looks like this. It was part of the 2022 Jingle Ball Baubles book. So I believe that chart should be out now, or maybe you can buy that book or the PDF download of it. It was exclusive, I think, for a year, but it's probably out and about now. Super cute design. I don't have it with me, obviously, because I gifted it to my sister. And I am so upset at myself because I took like 2 pictures and they are in terrible, 11 p.m. in my craft room lighting. I am so sad I didn't get any like good photos of this. I just was in a rush to get it fully finished and wrapped up for Christmas because I kind of waited to the last minute. So yeah, I kind of boned myself on having nice photos of it, but I absolutely love it. You can see a lot more detail about it in my Vlogmas because I showed me stitching on it, finishing it. I did a whole fully finishing video for it. So I'll link that video down below in case you're interested in how I finished this into an ornament. And I really just copied the cover photo, like the way Kathy had finished it. If you've never watched Hands On Design, Kathy Haberman's videos, they're excellent. She does a lot of finishing tutorials and shows you how she does all her finishing, which always looks so professional and nice. So I just figured Kathy did a great job, so let me try to recreate that great job. And my sister Lynn really enjoyed it, so it was a well-received gift. And yeah, I love stitching it. I did it on 32 count Fabrics by Stephanie slate with the called for flosses. No, that's not true. I made up my own kind of conversion. I think I had a couple maybe of the called for, but just kind of pulled from stash and did it 2 strands over 2 linen threads. And I love the way it looks on the black, but stitching on the black is just not my favorite. It's just slow. So I don't do too much stitching on black, but that ornament looked awesome on it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I forgot this was a finish and not a whip. So I do have one other finish to show you. I attended Jingle Ball at the start of December and it was amazing. And I did 2 classes. I did both from Hello from Liz Matthews, my friend. I did her festive mini wreath and banner class and I did her tree finishing class. And so for the festive banner class, I did the whole kit. So this is what the chart looks like and what the finished project will look like. But mine is only stitched. I haven't actually done the fully finishing. I was not like on the ball enough and I didn't have my piece stitched before class. I literally started stitching it during the class while I watched her finishing. But I attended the class. I saw how she finished it. I can't wait to actually fully finish mine. It just didn't happen before Christmas. So here is the stitching for mine. I chose to do Noel, and this is the scrap of linen that she included in our kit, my flosses, and then in this crinkly paper bag, I have all of the rest of the supplies to actually turn it into this little wreath ornament. And I'm really excited to do it, and I probably will make more, but I did decide to just go ahead and put this away for the season, and I'll come back to it next year. I believe this is 36 count and she recommends 2 strands, but I just prefer stitching with 1. So I just went ahead and did 1 strand of the called for DMC. So yeah, I forgot I had another finish. Look at me, even though it's like a teeny tiny one that I did in about, an hour and a half, but that's fine. Okay, so I have whips to show you guys, and most of these you will have seen in my whip parade, and I haven't made progress on all of these since the whip parade, so they might look familiar, but I'm still going to show you. And then I have one whip that I have worked on in the last few days that you haven't seen, so that'll be fun. So let me dive into these. I also feel like I never show off my project bags, and so I just thought I might in this video. I thought about doing it in the whip parade, but I had like 45 whips or something like that, and it was just too much to try to figure out how to show all the bags. The majority of my project bags I have made myself, but some I have bought and some I've been gifted, and some my mom has made, so I don't know. I just thought everybody likes to see project bags, right? So this one is one that I made, and this is one of my first vinyl front bags, so it's not my ideal size. It's a little shorter than I prefer them, but it's still awesome and works great, so I still use it. And in this bag, I have my Cooler Design Studio stocking, and this is the one, it's called the music room, right? Yeah, the music room, and I'm stitching this for my mom, and there's no timeline on this, so I started this probably a few months ago, and I haven't worked on it much, but I did work on this in December, so here is my little bit of progress. And I am stitching this with 25 count or on 25 count mushroom Lugana with 3 strands of the called for DMC. And yeah, I started this with my friend Liz Matthews as part of like a Stitch a Stocking Sal. Stitch a Stocking or Stitch a Stocking Sal. I can't remember the hashtag. But yeah, she's working on one of these for her dad. So that's my stocking. And these Christmas ones, honestly, are just gonna get put away till next year. I sometimes stitch Christmas in the middle of the year if I feel like it, but I am typically like an in-season type stitcher or leading up to the season. So yeah, this will probably just be put away for a while. Although, I don't know, when I did my previous stockings, oh, I should have brought those to show you guys. I showed them in Vlogmas, but I stitched these Cooler Design Studio stockings for my husband and I worked on those like all year long. Like mine took me about a year because I was working on other things. His took me about 6 months because I focused on it really heavily. So yeah, I mean, honestly, this probably will come out whenever I feel like it, but some of the more like Christmas smalls and things, like decor things might not come out. I don't know. I'm talking too much about my Christmas stitching, but you guys get it. Oh, I just realized I had something I was going to talk about up at the front of the video that's kind of exciting. And I just remembered it, so I'll throw it in here. If anyone has the new January issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine, you might see, not my face, my name, in that magazine. They reached out to me before Christmas and let me know that they were writing an article about Flosstube and Flosstubers you should be watching, and that they were including me on that list, which was so very nice. They did let me know that they have a copy of the magazine in the mail on the way to me, but I haven't received it yet. I was hoping I would have it by today to show you guys, but I did get screenshots. Somebody screenshot the article, and I'll put that up here. And so I'm in excellent company, as you can see, and it was just a very exciting thing to see my name as, you know, a Flosstuber you should be watching, and a very nice article about Flosstube and why it's fun to watch. I agree with everything in the article. It was really fun, and I hope it introduces more cross-stitchers to our wonderful little world on YouTube, because it's a lot of fun over here. Okay, next whip. This whip is in a project bag by Hillside Rookery, Olivia B. She very kindly gifted this to me at a retreat that I met her at in Kansas City. And I have a Christmas whip in here, of course. I'm obsessed with this fabric. I actually have some of this fabric in my stash, and I need to find another way to use it, or maybe just make myself more Christmas project bags out of it, because it's awesome. This project is my Light of Winter by Brenda Gervais. And I haven't worked on this since the whip parade, so you guys did see this, but I did work on it in December, so I wanted to show it. And I am stitching this on 36 count, or is it 40? It's 40. Yeah. 40 count Bes Stitch Me One More Reproduction, which is a newer, new-ish color for her. And it's gorgeous. And I absolutely love this one. I'm using all the called for floss, 1 strand over 2. And yeah, that is where this one is at. This one will probably get put away for a little while because it is very Christmassy, and I have other January and February plans. So finally put that one away now that I've shown it. The next WIP was a new start in December, and I showed this also during Vlogmas, so you've seen it. But it is from Jingle Ball. I purchased this at Jingle Ball. It's called Satsuma Street, or it's by Satsuma Street, and it's called Holiday Glow. And I just think it's stunning. And yeah, I started this one right after Jingle Ball. So here is what mine looks like. I am stitching this on 36 count Fox and Rabbit, and the color is called Waratah. And if anyone from Australia wants to tell me what that means, I keep meaning to Google it and I haven't. Maybe I'll remember when I'm editing this and hear myself talking about it. Is it a flower? I think somebody might have told me it was a flower. Anyways, it's gorgeous. I'm using all the called for DMC, 1 strand over 2, and yeah, I love it. And honestly, even though this is super Christmassy, it's very fun non-Christmassy colors. I mean, it's festive. It's not Christmassy, but it's not like super traditional Christmassy. So this is one I might, you know, continue to work on throughout the year just because it's super fun and vibrant. And I love fun and vibrant, in case you couldn't tell from my general appearance and background. Red, pink, all the things. Oh, I didn't mention this project bag. This is also one of my very early vinyl fronts. And my favorite vinyl to use, if you watch my tutorials, you'll know it's the By Annie vinyl, or anything that's that same gauge. I can't remember the gauge now off the top of my head, but anything in that really thick, like premium vinyl gauge. This was probably like a Joann's or something, and it's just a little bit thinner, and you can see it kind of wrinkles a little bit more, and it's not quite as like crystal clear, but it's fine. This is just some Tula Pink fabric that I had, and so this is one of my earlier bags that is totally usable, but you know, it's not like the best bag I've ever made. Next up, I have a project that is the only thing I've worked on since my WIP parade. So this one has new progress for you. And it's in a plastic vinyl, like a heavy duty vinyl zip bag that I got at the Attic in Arizona. I went to Mesa, Arizona to visit the Attic in September with my friend Liz. We had a great time, and I kitted this project up while we were there. And it is... Where's the cover? Where's the cover? It is the Floral Motif Sampler by the Scarlet House. Oh, it's so pretty. They had this as a model up on the wall at the Attic. They have every model. I mean, not everything, but like they just floor to ceiling models. If you're anywhere in the Arizona area or you're visiting, well, Arizona's big. If you're anywhere in the Phoenix area, go check out the Attic. It's amazing. So let's see, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I kitted this up with their in-house over-dyed silk floss conversion. And if you want that conversion, you'll have to call the Attic and they will sell it to you. So yeah, here is what the Floral Motif Sampler is looking like. Oh, I'm dropping. I can't hold this fabric. Okay, here it is. So as you can see, since the WIP parade, I have extended the border all the way down the right side and turned the corner. So that is the full height of the piece. It is wider a little bit than it is long. So, you know, it will probably stretch over to about here. So it is quite large. But yeah, I'm feeling really good about the progress I've made so far, and it's just super, super fun to stitch on. The over-dyed silks are just like so soft and shiny and pretty and lovely to stitch with. I love all the pops of color and the various shades of green. So yeah, so I just got a couple more motifs done on this one and brought that border down and around. So, oh yeah, the fabric. I'm stitching this on 36 count Tabby Cat linen in the color Just the Ticket. 1 strand of silk over 2 linen threads. So yeah, that is my update on the Floral Motif Sampler. Okay, so plans. I am purposely not making a lot of plans for my stitching this year because I did last year and it did work. I got a lot of stuff done, but I also kind of got annoyed with the rules and then fell apart and didn't follow any of them. And I felt like it was just too much pressure. So I'm just, you know, putting loose goals in my head. I'm not writing them out. I'm not holding myself to them. I'm not treating them like the law. But I did talk about in my whip parade how I wanted to stitch samplers in January and February, samplerary that I've done before. And that definitely involves keeping floral motif sampler handy because I'm having so much fun stitching on it. And then there's a couple other samplers that are very close to a finish. My Love Boat sampler and my Where Flowers Bloom Hands Across the Sea sampler. So those are both handy. I showed those in the whip parade and talked about that. But in addition to that, I also want to stitch some Valentine's projects. I created a whole project bag of Valentine's projects last year, and I believe I stitched the pillow and the heart and hand piece last year. So I did do some Valentine's stitching. Valentine's is such a short season, right? It's really basically like mid-Jan to mid-Feb. It's, you know, I mean, obviously I can stitch Valentine's whenever I want, but it's like a shorter window. So obviously I'm not going to get as much done as I do for other seasons, but I just thought I would show you guys what I have kitted up in this project bag and what I might potentially be wanting to start over the next couple of weeks. Because I want to do some more Valentine stitching. And I have all this in the vinyl project bag that I actually made in my tutorial. So if you've watched, I'm pretty sure, right? I think this is the one. If you've watched my vinyl bag project tutorial, I'll link it below. This is the bag we made in that, I want to say class. It's not a class. It's just a video. I absolutely love this fabric. I think I have a little bit more of it in my stash and I've made a lot of things with it and I just love it. And then the hearts, I mean, nothing beats a scatter heart print. Okay, the projects. I have this one that I should really just start like right now because it's so little and cute and I can make this into a super cute little pillow for my bowl. This is called The Love Tree by the Trilogy. And so this is an older one. I think maybe it was 2011, 2010. If you don't know, Heart and Hand and Bent Creek were part of the trilogy along with Ruth Sparrow. So if you see, like, it kind of has that like Heart and Hand, Bent Creek vibe to me. It's so cute. So this is an older one, but I think it's one you can still get. And I don't know that I picked out a fabric. I have this little piece of probably 36 count sand from Picture This Plus in this bag. So I think I last year had pulled this fabric for this chart. And then also in this bag, I have Love Notes by Brenda Gervais. So this is her collection that I think came out last year of just little Valentine smalls. And I actually have a finishing kit that has, was it for this? It might have been for a different chart, but I have like a little finishing kit that I got from Farm Girl Dry Goods with like little felted red and pink hearts and some trims and some super cute things to like help finish some of these. But now I'm wondering if it was for a different Brenda Gervais Valentine. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. I have some cute Valentine trim options is what I'm saying, and some little display pieces. So I really want to do, I mean, all of these, but I think the little Be Mine with the lovebirds and the XOXO one above it were the first two that kind of, you know, were on my priority list. And I don't know what fabric, but I did pull this really pretty pink kind of clay colored fabric that I have in my stash as a potential for that little Be Mine pillow, I believe. These are all, I think, stitched on Vintage Country Mocha or something similar in that vein. But I don't know, I'll probably do mine on different fabrics and things just to make it fun. This fabric that I pulled is a Lakeside Linen 36 count clay pot. And I just think it's like a really pretty kind of like almost like a primitive light pink. So yeah, I just thought that would be fun. I just realized one of them that I thought was in here isn't in here. So I'll just find a picture of it online and show you. This is the Hands On Design Waffle Lot. I Love You a Waffle Lot. It's so cute. I've had it a couple of years now. I keep wanting to start it, but just have never gotten around to it. And I feel like this year I really want to start it. I think I've said that every year. But you know, fingers crossed, this year's the year. So that's kind of like what's on my Valentine stitching radar. I also have, if you saw in my whip parade, a one color sampler design by Modern Folk Embroidery that I'm doing in a red, a really pretty deep red, that is a kind of love-themed Quaker sampler. It's called Two Sisters, but I feel like it's got like a love quote on it. It just feels very, I think I started around Valentine's Day last year as well. So I'm hoping that that one comes back out into the mix as well in February. So yeah, those are kind of my stitching plans. Okay, let's talk about sewing for just a minute. I have done zero sewing since November. It's been a long time. I had ideas and plans for things in December and it just did not ever happen. Filming all the videos and stuff, it just felt so much easier to me to just knit and crochet because, I don't know, it just felt easier to do and quicker and not as much setup when I was like worried about filming myself and, you know, finding fun things to do that I could film, and we were traveling, and I don't know, I just never came back here and sewed in December, and I still haven't sewed anything into January. But I am really feeling the itch to make a quilt. And yes, I have plenty of quilt whips that I could and should be working on. But I might start a new quilt. And so what I really want to start is a red and pink, of course, picnic patchwork quilt. So in October or November, I released a video called the Picnic Patchwork Quilt, and it was a quilt that I kind of came up with for my cousin Abby, who was due with her first baby. He was born a couple days before Christmas, and so, you know, a few weeks old. And anyways, I made her a quilt for her baby shower in October, and I decided to film a whole kind of vlog and tutorial of me putting it together. And I wanted to offer it in other sizes. I just didn't really have time when I was putting the video together to come up with written out instructions for all the different sizes. But this block, like it's a 2-block quilt, and you could easily make it in any size you want. So I did a 6-inch block version for my cousin Abby, and I want to make either a 9 or 12-inch block version for myself in a more like couch throw size blanket. And it's a 4 fabric quilt, so you need 3 shades of one color, or that's my preference. You can use whatever you want, but I like to use a light, medium, dark of one color and then a background print. And so I really want to do a red and pink as my, you know, 3 shades of a color, and then some sort of white background print probably. And make myself a picnic patchwork quilt, because honestly, that video is way more popular than I thought it was going to be. And, you know, I just do these videos. I do these videos for fun and because people enjoy them, and it is super fun to share my crafting and making. And the tutorials are weird for me because I'm not a professional. I have taught quilting, crochet, and knitting professionally before, meaning that I got paid to do it. I used to work for a quilty, crafty shop in downtown Austin a million years ago. Okay, 15 years ago. And so I did used to teach people crafts, which obviously I think helps my tutorial skills, but I don't have like a professional setup to be able to film it. So I think I sometimes treat my tutorials a little more casually because they're just not ever going to be like the super high end. It's not going to be Missouri Star Quilting over here. It's not going to be the Fat Quarter Shop in this craft room. You know what I mean? But people love a free tutorial for a quilt, right? And so anyways, that video has gotten a ton of views, way more than I ever thought it would. And it just reminds me to like, I don't know, maybe like tighten up and make my videos seem a little more polished because people do watch them. I don't know. That's just me thinking to myself about how I should handle myself on YouTube more, because I think I like self-deprecate and, you know, don't take things as serious, which is fine. I don't need to be super serious, but people enjoy the videos. People watch them. That quilt video I think is like 70,000 something. I don't know. It's got a lot of views. So I really appreciate that you guys all enjoy it, and I loved that, making that quilt. It's so easy, and I want to make myself a quilt that I can use in my size. So I haven't decided fully yet if I'm going to do the 9 or 12 inch. I of course will share all the measurements. I don't know if it'll be a dedicated video or if it'll just be something that I share here on this channel. I mean, on these types of videos, on my Flosstube videos, but you guys will find out when I start making it. So that is on my radar. Other than that, I haven't been sewing. I do have a lot of whips, and I was thinking about maybe doing another quilt whip parade. I did one a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and I don't know that a ton has changed. Obviously, I've started more quilts since then, but there's definitely some old quilts that are still kicking around. And I should probably honestly do what I did in my cross-stitch whip parade, which is decide, am I ever going to finish this quilt? Like, let's be realistic. So, but I don't have as many quilt whips. I probably have 10 quilt whips compared to like 45 cross-stitch whips, right? So it's not like as dire of a situation. Yeah. Okay. So that was quilting. Let's do some happy mail. Back in the fall sometime, I went ahead and set up a P.O. box because I get requests a lot for my address to send me things, which is so generous. But it's awkward giving out your home address all the time. And I was like, you know what? It's probably worth it to pay like $15 every 3 months or whatever. I think it's only 15. It's very cheap, $20 every 3 months to just get a P.O. box. So since I've done that, I have received some very lovely things to that P.O. box. I shared in Vlogmas a big stack of fun stuff that came for Christmas, and something came last week or maybe right around New Year's, and oh my gosh, it's like the best thing in the world. I had to share it with you. I actually saw, okay, so I have like the informed delivery on USPS, and I saw that I was getting a package to my P.O. box, and the return address was from Keepsakes. And I was like, weird, I didn't order anything from Keepsakes. I was like, would it be Pam and Steph's Christmas card maybe? But then I realized I'd already gotten that to my normal, like they have my home address. So I had no idea what I was getting from Keepsakes, and I was very excited. Well, it turns out, look what I got. Look at that. I got a beautiful piece of fully finished stitching. So this came from Rebecca. Rebecca lives in Mexico, but I believe she said her daughter lives near Cincinnati. And while she was visiting, she brought this stitched piece to them to have them fully finish it into this adorable little stitching tin for me, which is just the nicest thing in the world. I squealed, I jumped up and down, I took a very silly selfie with it to send to Rebecca. Thank you. I'm obsessed with this. The finishing on it is beautiful. If you need anything fully finished, maybe consider Keepsakes because they did a beautiful, beautiful job on this. So this is like, you know, kind of like an Altoid tin, or I mean, it's thicker than like a traditional one, but you know, that kind of shape. And it's finished with, I think scrapbook paper and some sort of sealant around the edges. And then the stitching, of course, is like padded and mounted and has this beautiful little chenille trim around it. And then you open it up and it's just got a little like floss holder and needle holder inside of it. So I would say perfect for retreats, but like I would be too afraid of messing this up and taking it somewhere. So honestly, it's going to get displayed in my cute little display shelves behind me because it's just beautiful and I love it. And thank you, Rebecca, so much for thinking of me and stitching something for me and getting it finished for me and sent to me. I was messaging my friend Steph, Just Keep Stitching, who works at Keepsakes, and because I was having trouble finding Rebecca on Instagram and just confirming that I had the right name. And she was like telling me that she actually wrote the note in here. It's signed from Rebecca, but obviously like Keepsakes had to mail it to me and Rebecca lives in another country. So Steph's like, oh, I wrote that note. So anyways, thank you. Love it. I also wanted to give a big thank you to Susan. I got an email sometime around Christmas that I never saw until 2 days ago that was from Annabella's shop on Etsy, letting me know that somebody, a very kind lady named Susan, had bought me a $25 gift card to Annabella's. And I just saw the email because I was searching my email for something. I was trying to find an Etsy receipt and I saw this email and I was like, what? How did I miss this? So Susan, I just want to say thank you. I did spend it last night, so I have a couple of charts headed my way. Thank you very, very much. That is so kind. I really appreciate it. I don't have your email address or any other identifying information, so I'm just saying it here publicly. Thank you, but feel free to email me or say hi or something so I can thank you, you know, one-on-one. I really, really appreciate it. Another very kind thing I received to my email was some new charts by a new designer called the Spanish Stitcher. And she has a shop on Etsy, which I will link down below. Her name is Trelly. You can find her on Instagram, Etsy, and she has some beautiful new charts. And I just wanted to share my very favorite one, which is called the Red Bird Sampler. Really love it. Love that it's one color. Love that it's red. Love the tiny little birds in the corner of it. So that one's super cute. And then there's also one called the La Maison Sampler that has like this really pretty blue chain border. I'm just like looking at them on Etsy to remind myself what they're all called. But it looks like she has 5 brand new charts as her first launch and new release. They're all super pretty, and thank you so much, Trelly, for sending me those charts. I really appreciate it, and congratulations on the launch of your new shop. Okay, I think that's all the happy mail. I thought I had some stuff from Fat Quarter Shop, but maybe I did at the beginning of December and I maybe I've already put it away. So we'll see. I can't find anything from that, but I do have a little bit of haul. Not as much as I thought, honestly, when I was gathering it up. I think I really did focus on gift buying in December and yarn buying. I've got a lot of yarn, but that's for a knitting video. So let me show you the haul that I have. Oh yeah, I have some Jingle Ball haul. Jingle Ball haul. That's fun to say. So I showed you guys Holiday Glow that I bought from Satsuma Street. And then I also got a couple of physical, some of her kits. So these are the perforated paper ornament kits. And I got Lolly Claus. Sorry, I thought it was Holly Claus. Lolly Claus, which is a super cute little Mrs. Claus ornament. And they come with everything you need. So perforated paper, a needle, all the threads, beads, and sequins. So absolutely love these kits. And again, I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. Perfect for beginners. If you want to teach somebody how to stitch, let them pick out a super cute Satsuma Street kit. That's how I got my sister Allison into stitching. And then I got one of her brand new ones. I think this was an earlier chart. Does it say on these? Oh, maybe it's one of the new ones. Okay, I think these are both part of the new releases. And then this one's called Santa Cruiser, and it's just Santa and a little like convertible bug with a Christmas tree. And I thought it was amazing and so cute. So these were the new ones. I don't know why I didn't buy it. Maybe because I just didn't want to buy more than 2. But I really want the calling birds one. Can you see that there? Look at that. She has 4 calling birds. Or I guess she just calls it calling birds, but I mean, that's adorable. Why did I not buy that one? Now I need it. Anyways, these are great. Love them. I also got some fabric in the mail. Ugh. Oh wait, let me finish the cross stitch. Okay, so I also got some cross stitch fabric in the mail from Bes Stitch Me. I had that 40 count, one more reproduction that I'm doing my Brenda Gervais sampler on. And, oh, let me get this out of the plastic. It's real crinkly. So I bought myself a piece of 36 count, one more reproduction, which is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm obsessed with this color. She was having a Black Friday sale, so I think it was like 20% off on some of the fabrics. So I bought one more reproduction, and then I bought myself this color, and also in 36 count, called Meadows. And to me, this really kind of gives the Picture This Plus Legacy vibe with like, it's like kind of a green toned neutral. I'll show you, this is one more reproduction and this is Meadows. So you can see the kind of color differences. Both just really pretty kind of medium light neutrals. So got those fabrics. I do really kind of need to put myself on a fabric ban, only because I just am running out of room. I have these 3 tubs on a shelf, and I really would like all my fabric to fit in there. And I don't feel like that's unreasonable because I have so much fabric in these bins, and I just don't stitch it as fast as I buy it. So anyways, I need to cool it on fabric, unless it's like, you know, I randomly come across a piece of Lakeside Vintage Light Exemplar in 36, and then you know I'm buying it. But yeah, anyways, I couldn't pass these up. Okay, that I think is all the cross stitch haul I have right now. Again, I don't know. Some stuff might have gotten put away, but this is everything I could gather up. I have a couple of Fat Quarter bundles though. Okay, so I talked about this in Vlogmas about how bad this room needed a cleaning and reorganization. And I did make some progress on that. It's not perfect, but you might notice that the shelves are a little bit more bare because I did go through my fabric and figure out like, what do I know I'm not going to use? Because I've either already used it in a bunch of projects and just have leftovers, or I've just decided like it's not my style anymore. So I did that with all the like yardage and half yards and fat quarters here. And then I had to go through all of like my pre-cut bundled fat quarters because I am currently in 3 different fat quarter clubs. I belong to the monthly Moda Fat Quarter Club at Fat Quarter Shop. I belong to the quarterly Ruby Star Society Fat Quarter Club, like Fat Quarter Kit. I don't know, it's slightly different than the Moda one. And then I belong to the monthly Laundry Basket Quilts Fat Quarter Club. And that is too many fat quarters coming into my home all the time because I'm not using them enough. So I went through all of my fat quarter bundles and I gave a lot to my mom. I just made like a big Rubbermaid tub full of fabric from my shelves, from my bundles, and had my mom look through it. And I think honestly she's going to keep most of it. So they'll get used for sure. It's just like, I just have too many to even store in this room. So I am going to put a pause on my Moda Fat Quarter Club and my Laundry Basket Quilt one. I think I'm going to keep the Ruby Star Quarterly one just because I've literally been in that club, I think since 2015 or 2016, whenever Fat Quarter Shop started it. And it only comes 4 times a year, so it's a little, easier. And I just love having fabric from like every Ruby Star collection because there's honestly not really a Ruby Star collection that I don't like. I love pretty much every single one. So, yeah, that's just kind of like some plans to like put some pause on some of the fat quarters I buy because I just have too much and I'm not sewing fast enough to justify the amount that I'm bringing in. And then there's like new collections that come out where I want to buy like a whole collection bundle. And again, I don't have space. So I need to work on, the intake versus the output. Okay, anyways, these are the ones that have come in though since December. I got the January 2024 Ruby Star Society Quarterly Club Bundle, and this is what the fabrics look like. Very, very pretty blues and purples, very January appropriate. And these come with a spool of matching thread, and these come with a pattern to use all of the fabrics. So this is definitely one of their more simple patterns that I've seen. They're all different. They're all really cool. So I have all the patterns in a folder, and then I put the thread on my thread holder, and then the bundle of fat quarters gets filed in a drawer over there that I need to use. A lot of times with these bundles, I will just like take them out, pilfer some of the fat quarters, and if I do, then I don't consider it a bundle anymore, and then I just fold them all up and put them in my like color-coded fat quarter system that I have working over here. And then I'll just pull from those when I need like a certain color of fabric, which is really handy. So these don't always all stay in their bundle. They only stay all together if I think I'll use them all for a project. But anyways, that's the January club. And then I got the Love Struck Petite Fat Quarter Bundle. This is also January 2024 by Moda, Lella Boutique. Oh my gosh. It's probably not because of me, but I have mentioned in a video before how I wish they put the collection on this back card because I can never remember who the designer is. And it does say it. So I think they made a change for this year. This says Love Struck by Lella Boutique, curated by the Fat Quarter Shop. Look at that. It's so cute. So very Valentine fun collection. Yeah. And then my January Laundry Basket Quilts Club came, and this is a very white background heavy, or all background prints. And I love it because I love having interesting low volume background prints to kind of change up my quilts instead of just using a single fabric. Yeah, so really, really happy to have this. I was looking at my purchase history, and I think my first club came in March of last year. So I do think I will go ahead and just wait till March and because I really want to know what February is going to be. I love Laundry Basket Quilt fabrics, especially their reds and pinks. So I'm not canceling this one yet because I want to see what February looks like. But after that, I think that I'll have done like a full year of the club. And so then I think I'll pause for a while because again, I have not used any of my Laundry Basket fat quarters in the last year. but I have ideas. I kind of want to make another king size quilt at some point for our bed. I have a very summery one, and I have my wedding ring one from my mom, and that's it. Which, I mean, 2 king size quilts is amazing, but I kind of do want to make myself another one because I just love having options for our bed. I have like 4 or 5 queen size quilts because I used to have a queen size bed before Rob and I lived together and are married. And so the guest bed is very well decked out with quilts, but our king bed, it's just harder to make a king quilt. So I don't do it very often. Oh, I'm just noticing that this says December. Sorry, this is December. I think January is on its way to me, and then I'll let February come, and then I think I'll take a pause on this one, but these are just so gorgeous. Oh, and it also came with this month, so it always comes with like an extra. Sometimes it's been like greeting cards, like note cards, it's been patterns, it's been notions. This time it came with a notion that is, it's a pattern they have on their website, and we got a code to basically receive the pattern for free as a download. And then we got the templates. So it's a little heart charm pack style quilt. And so there's an acrylic like card template and then some little like plastic traceable ones. So I'm not exactly sure how these are used for the quilt. There's like a code on here. Okay, I'll just hold this over it. But you can see that's what the heart quilt pattern looks like. So we got like a code to be able to download the pattern for free. Super, super cute. So love that. Okay, I think that's all the haul. I now have a very, very fun giveaway for you guys, courtesy of Carla at Cobweb Corner. Carla has a wonderful online shop called cobwebcorner.com. She has sponsored lots of giveaways here in the past, and this time I asked her if we could do something digital, either for like PDF downloads or something, and she very, very generously offered up some gift certificates to her store. She has offered up 4 $10 gift certificates available to you guys. So I will do a giveaway on this video that I will announce in... Well, okay, let's think about this, because I was going to say I'll announce it in my next Flosstube episode, but I don't know that I'm going to be keeping as regular of a schedule as I have been in the past, just because I've added in knitting videos and vlogs and things. So I think my new format going forward is that I will announce a giveaway in this video, and then a week later, I will post the winner to the community tab on YouTube. I think that will work. If it doesn't, I'll announce them in the videos, but I think for this, we're going to try out. So you'll enter the giveaway in the comments of this video. And then a week from now, if you're subscribed to me, which you should be if you're entering the giveaway, you should see a community tab post pop up in your subscription feed on YouTube. And it will just be a picture probably of Cobweb Corner's website and me announcing the giveaway winners. And then you'll just reach out to me and you'll get an emailed gift certificate and it'll be great. So anyways, Carla has very generously offered 4 $10 gift certificates to her shop. And in order to enter to win the gift certificate, please be a subscriber to my channel and like the video. And if you could also please go over to Carla's YouTube channel, which is Cobweb Corner, and give her a like, a follow, check out one of her videos. I will also link to her web shop so you can go shop around. She has really great items, a lot of stock, a lot of new stuff, a lot of older things. She has great sales, so give it a try. So to be entered to win, you just need to leave a comment, and please use the word Cobweb Corner in your comment. And then I will do a random comment picker to pick 4 winners next week. Thank you again, Carla, for generously sponsoring this giveaway. Okay, I think we have reached the end of the video and everything I have to say. I am really hoping that I can get another knitting video put out. Maybe I have time to film it this weekend. I don't know. It's playoff football this weekend. There's a lot of fun football to watch, and I am a big football girly. So we'll see if I actually have time to film anything else this weekend, but maybe next weekend I can get a knitting video out. I have been completely addicted to watching the What I Knit in 2023 videos, and so I thought that I might try and film one. I only had 7 completed knitting projects from 2023 because, well, first I just started knitting in June. So about 6 months of knitting, and I also was quilting and cross-stitching and doing other things, right? But I thought it might be kind of fun to show all the finished objects and all the whips that I'm carrying over from 2023 and just kind of give like a status report on all the whips and all the finishes. And yeah. And then I just also have new projects I've started, new yarns I've bought, new plans I've made. So that's probably 2 separate videos that I need to make for knitting. So hopefully I'll get to those soon. But again, I am not putting any pressure on myself this month or probably next month. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I am going back to market in March, the very first weekend of March, needlework market at or in Nashville. So I'll be helping out my friend Liz again, and I cannot wait. Looking forward to hanging out and chatting with friends I made last year, new friends. Yeah. So I will probably, of course, vlog that for you guys. I mentioned the Orlando trip we're taking. April has Stitch North. May, I don't know if I have anything planned in May. Oh, May, we're going back to Las Vegas. This time it's for my dad's 70th birthday. And in June, I'm going to StitchCon, Weekend A, if anyone's interested. And I don't know, Liz, we need to plan our next girls trip. So I feel like I'm just like packing this upcoming year with travel and fun and stitching and vacations and a lot of work to pay for all of those vacations. You guys, why is Disney so expensive? I mean, I knew it was expensive, but I just like booked all that and I'm like, okay. Apparently Costco though does like 10% off Disney gift cards. So I need to get a few of those to at least save some money on the money I'm going to spend at Disney, because I know I'm going to be buying things at Disney. I want to try all the weird food, all the drinks. We're going to go out to eat at a restaurant for Valentine's Day, like in the park, I think. I want some ears. I'm probably going to buy weird sweatshirts, t-shirt. I don't know. I've just never been to Disney. I feel like I'm going to go buck wild. Anyways, so yeah, that's what's coming up for me, and I should go edit this video and settle into the couch. So I hope everybody is having a great January, and I will see you very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.